Hello Internet, Raphael here, doing, I guess, a tea time. Dota 2, woo! So, I don't have the best opinion of this game, and patch 7 came out recently. So basically, I'm going to show off stuff, just like a bot game or something, nothing in particular. You don't have to watch it, but it might help to understand things. Basically just going to talk about a bunch of changes whilst playing, and basically explain my feelings and opinions on changes. I have a gold, so I probably sound... Shut up, Monkey King! I probably sound a bit bad, but oh well. So, this is the new hero select screen when you enter a match. It's terrible. I don't like it. At least they fixed that. Before, Zeus used to be down here. You couldn't properly click on him, so just click on Nuka. There was a slight little patch they've done. I didn't really read it. But so I think this looks kind of ugly, but I do kind of like how they give kind of like an idea of what your team has, and like you can select what you need and what strength of it you need. Like, I quite like the idea of that. Oh no, someone picked Sand King. I goes Wraith King, why not? But no, compared to the other hero select screen, whilst it's easier to see everything, I don't know why it wouldn't let me random. This screen is strategy time. Allows you to buy whatever items you want and choose kind of like, so if you were going to buy Kyrie, you click on that. I'm not going to, because I don't care about bot allies. I'm just going to roll with that. Just why not? Okay, it left. But basically, this is a bit weird. Don't quite know my feelings on this yet. It's flashy, and I don't know if I like it. I kind of preferred how it used to be quite simple. I should probably turn the voices down a bit more. This I kind of like. Being able to change the options without having to go out of the in-match. It's quite nice. Scoreboard, you access like that. I like it shows your allies' inventory and backpack. Outside of that, it's pretty much the same. They've just made it look different. A lot of this just looks different, and it's those different looks that I'm not necessarily a fan of. I've got like a custom HUD on it, which makes it better in my opinion. I think it looks kind of ugly. It's very well. It's like it's trying to be very smooth and slick, and I'm not really the biggest fan of it. Like, I know that sounds weird. I think that's why I'm a fan of it. Like, it's kind of hard to tell. As far as I can tell, their intention was to make it look kind of smoother and sleeker, and I kind of preferred the older look that it had. But that's just a little thing, really. Same with up here, I preferred the way it looked before. It just... I don't know, I feel it doesn't look as nice anymore. I'm alright with the size, like, it's kind of small looking, I don't know. Like, I feel like it was bigger before, but that could just be me being crazy, which is a very good possibility. The shop, I just opened it. I need to talk about it. When you open the shop, basically, it'll come up with the guide. The way the shop used to work is it would have your guide like down here and the entire shop here. I don't like the new shop. So it's great if you have a guide. That works super cool. I'm going to create guides for the characters that I play the most, because it will make sense to have them. You know, not here, Viper. It's not here. Bot AI is still about as dumb as it's always been. I'm trying not to focus too much on this, but I'm really bad at it. Shut up, Bane, please. I like the fact that you talk, but right now I'm talking. I need you to respect that. The shop, back to the shop, that's what I was talking about. If you've got a guide, it's great. But guides like that, which I know it's the basic guide, so it's not going to be good, doesn't really allow for much. I guess you've got the also recommended down here. That kind of just looks bad in my opinion. And then common items also just looks kind of like a mess. I feel it makes it a lot harder for, like, I don't know, versatility, I guess. Because the way it's done, I feel if you need to adapt to a situation, it becomes that little bit harder. And it shouldn't cause any issues, but it might, and it can. And it's just generally like one little thing to be a problem. It's just kind of ugly and unpleasant, and I think it's worse. I basically like browsed for all the items I wanted, because you're gonna, what you need will change based on who you're up against, you know? I know people don't really do that much, but it's what you should be doing. Changing your build based on the situation.
Messing top.
Yeah.
If I must.
But like, I don't know. It's too cramped for me. That, like, it's all too small. It's hard to tell. It's harder to figure out what you're after. And it can be hard to find items anyway. But now, it's even harder because it's all so small. And yeah, you can type, but as people can probably tell, I use 1, 2, 3, 4 for my spells and WASD for my camera. It's the most comfortable way, in my opinion. And if I click on that, oh, they fixed one of the issues I was having. Basically, the issue was that I was having, whenever I clicked on shop, it would immediately activate the search bar, which of course meant if I was trying to move the camera, yeah, like if I was trying to move the camera, it suddenly, sorry if you're using headphones, you can hear all my chair and computer fan and all the other things. I'm just doing this in my room because that's where my computer is. It's not really designed for recording. Oh yeah, the shop. When I did that, if I tried doing that, it'd start typing, so I wasn't opening my camera properly. Very, very distressing. Very not helpful as well. But they appear to have fixed that. Doesn't change the fact the shop still looks ugly, and it's cramped, and it's small, and it's hard to see what you want. But it's an improvement. And I'm willing to take improvements. But I'll be able to live with this ugly, ugly shop. Basically, I feel the shop needs... I know it used to get in the way, but I'd rather it get in the way than not be able to see what I'm buying properly. That seems more, I don't know, useful to be able to see what you're getting. Then we should probably talk about heroes. I think I've covered most of the kind of. I guess there's map changes. I'll talk about that. Roshan's Pit is over here. Roshan's Pit makes minimal influence on me. Like, where it's located is where it's located. The only thing I'll say now is try to protect his trees, and Monkey King, the new character, can see into it, which is interesting. They would do that because the trees that I'm looking at right now, these ones here, they just look right into it, which is nice for Trent. Who's my favorite? I should have played Trent. Or any character that had any changes, and I chose Bane instead. I don't know why I picked Bane. But no, so map changes. They've moved a lot around. So there's a lot more paths. The secret shops have kind of been moved. Like, it's not... I say it's been moved. It used to be here. It's over here, so it's a little bit further from mid lane to go. And this one This isn't a secret shop. Secret shop's over there. That's not really been moved. He's got an arcane ring. And mangoes.
Dark dreams.
Yay, let's kill Wraith King. Oh. Maps. I'm a bit everywhere with this. This is going to come out terrible. Anyway, maps, like... There's a lot more paths, a lot more kind of spread. Jungling has been altered. There's 5. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Somebody's
6,
cooking.
1, 2,
3 down.
6 camps on the main jungles. And then 3 on where the ancient jungles lived. There's also bounty runes that now spawn in jungle. Which is weird. I'll keep talking about jungles because I need to finish subject before I move on to the next one. In regards to jungling, it's basically an ancient camp here, somewhere around here. I think it's there, here, somewhere, there, and then mediums, hards, and smalls on these. No smalls there. They've got a medium and a hardy, respectively. Quelling Blade's been changed along with the Iron Talon. It's now set damage rather than percentage. I like that. It's more beneficial to kind of weaker characters, and I feel it will be quite useful for some characters that maybe couldn't necessarily jungle that well before. Now they should be able to jungle quite efficiently. Before I move on quickly, the runes, as you can see, there's double damage rune. No rune here. People don't know Dota. Bounty rune used to spawn here or up there, and then the other rune would spawn respectively, whatever rune decided to spawn. It's no longer a thing. The bounty runes only spawn in the jungle, and only one random selected buff rune, I believe they decided they were being called, will spawn on the one side of the river. Chosen, I assume, randomly. Which is interesting. It's going to make it harder for mid lane bottle users. Means bottle will be quite useful in jungle, although it only recharges 2 charges of bottle when you use it in jungle. Which is fine by me, really. I'm okay with that. And this change I was going to talk about, I've delayed. Talent trees. Let's go back. So, talent trees are a new thing. They're good, but I don't like them. I don't like them because I'm a very big fan of Heroes of the Storm. Heroes of the Storm's kind of been dying from the seams of it, and this is probably going to be one more nail in the coffin, I think. I'll see how it turns out. But outside of my Heroes of the Storm opinions, I think the talents are quite a nice idea. They're going to need balancing. Some of them are quite silly in what they've done, and not in the kind of like, ha ha ha, that's funny, silly. It's like, ha ha ha, why did you do that, silly? They've made some real bad calls on some of them, but that's fine. I'll accept it because it's, you know, the first kind of release of just a bound to do some things that are silly and broken. The talents have basically replaced stat points. As you can see, I can't put points in stats. I wasn't necessarily that much of a stat point user, but in a situation like this, I would probably be putting points in stats. Because I don't need Enfeeble in this match, but now I've got to get Enfeeble. Because I don't really have much of a choice.
2 down.
Die. And I'm okay with losing the I'm okay with losing the stat points overall, but it is probably going to have a rather harsh effect on certain characters. Like weaker ones, anti-mate, like ones that don't really use their abilities towards the beginning of the game. are going to suffer a lot. Like Wraith King especially, early game, kind of needed his stats in a lot of people's opinions. I didn't really use him that much, but if you're gonna like use him certain ways, things like right click early rather than Raphaham blast, you would generally use stats. Yeah, now you basically got to go with abilities. I guess that's gonna make people find uses for certain abilities that they didn't really use that much. And it's going to change the way people level characters quite a bit, which is quite nice. I like changing up meta because I don't like meta. The talents do a good job. Some of the placements are a bit weird. Increase the XP at level 15. Like, situationally, yeah, you're going to go with it. But I don't know if it's like level 10 is the best place to get the boosted EXP. Level 20 would be useless on basically everyone in my opinion. Level 15, it's alright. Bane, there's also, alright, level 25 I can get bonus brain sap damage heal or enfeeble. That is interesting to me because I played ability draft the other day. The talents are specific to the character. So, if you were to get Bane in ability draft, your last two talents would basically be redundant unless you had Brain Sap or Enfeeble. So you now got to think even more about who your character is when it comes to choosing your abilities and all that. Which I like. I like a bit more strategy in it. Gives more to think about. Other things to talk about with the changes. A lot of characters got kind of buffed or nerfed. I can't remember them really off the top of my head. Some of the characters that needed buffs got them. Some of the characters that didn't need buffs got them. Earth Spirit didn't get nerfed, which is pleasant. Some of the scepter changes though. Let's talk about that. Because there's a bit of I guess, controversy about one of the scepters. Anti-Mage got given a scepter, which, you know, I like the idea of. I like the idea of characters getting scepters. Scepter's an interesting concept. And they managed to completely botch it, in my opinion. I don't know what ability of his it's linked to. I assume his passive. He gains a 12-second cooldown passive ability, which will block and reflect target spells. So it'll block the spell like a Lincoln Sphere, but at the same time as blocking it, it'll also reflect it like Lotus Orb. So it's a Lotus Orb where you don't take the damage from it. Not just this, it will also reflect the Scepter version of the spell. So, if a poor support line can't afford Scepter, story of my life. People that don't know, Lion's Scepter increases the damage and causes it to do a small blast wherever it targets. Normal Scepter is a single target, magic damage, high nuke. Let's say Lion casts Finger of Death, his ultimate, on Anti-Mage. Anti-Mage is Scepter. No one's popped his Ags, so he gets hit with a full blast. Poor Anti-Mage doesn't care. He just stole my kill. Lion's ult hits Anti-Mage. Anti-Mage takes no damage from it. Anti-Mage then proceeds to reflect it back into Lion's face. It's stronger than what Lion fired it as. It now does the 1,000, let's say. Something like 1,000 or 800, I can't remember. Damage that his ult does at max rank. And it also becomes a small blast. So let's say Lion's got his buddy Sand King next to him. They'll both take the damage because it explodes on them. and they all die horribly. And anti-mage walks on like nothing ever happened. This is insanely stupid for a scepter. And there are far more interesting things that you can do with anti-mage, I feel. Like, I know it doesn't feel
7 in a row.
like there could be, given he's a agility right-click hero, but given that he's an agility right-click hero, it's not that hard to make it interesting compared to just right-clicking people. I'm not a fan of... I'm not a huge agility man myself. But you could have something like, when anti-mage blinks, do a small kind of like explosion or something, where he blinks from and where he blinks to. That does like mana burn, and then a small amount of damage based on the mana burn. It fits his theme, he burns mana, that's what he's supposed to do. You know?
Very good.
Or like, I don't know, something that isn't as stupid as what he's got, or as boring. Like, it seems like a weird choice. Well, no, it seems like a smart choice because, you know, it's really powerful, but it's going to mean it's really hard to deal with him. It's not even like you're going to be able to buy Abyssal Blade and just go, boosh, you've been stunned, ha 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 ha. Now I can just punch you with my right-click character. No, because now you can't stun him to be able to right-click him. You start trying to right-click him, he's just going to blink away. On top of that, he's got good armor because he's an agility hero. I can think Sildar will be able to fight him somewhat. Sildar can't amplify damage on him, but he'll be able to stun him. You know, blink in, stun him, activate Arm Guard, Mask of Madness if you roll that way on Sildar, and just kind of start right-clicking him down and hoping to kind of stun lock him with bashes. But outside of that, I can't think of much. There's someone's done like a Nyx Assassin video of Nyx being able to basically use Spiked Carpus to bounce the damage back onto anti-mage. That's a smart way to deal with Deceptor, I feel. I didn't think of that, if I'm going to be honest. Slark also has a rather silly scepter. Someone decided Slark needed something to make him stronger. If Slark has scepter, he can now hide his allies if they're near him in his little shadow dance thing, so you can't physically target them or do anything to stop them from murdering you horrifically, which is just kind of unpleasant, really, because Slark wasn't fun to deal with to begin with. Like, he's counterable to a degree, he purges a bit too much, but you can deal with him. But the fact that now he can basically make whoever stood next to him indestructible too is a bit too harsh, in my opinion. Like, he can cover someone whilst they're using their ult or whatever, so you can't stop it, and silly stuff like that. Or just stop you from fighting back in general. But no, there was another scepter introduced, and I can't remember it. Oh, they changed Zeus' scepter to be a Nimbus Cloud kind of thing. Put it in the area and it will use Thunderbolt on enemies periodically, can be destroyed. I like that. I think it sounds fun and original, and that's what I want from scepters, you know? That's what I want from Dota in general. I want fun, original ideas. Warlock, you're level 6! They need to fix bot AIs, they're bad. But they always have been, so I kind of just accept that. Kind of running out of things to talk about. Oh! Skadi and Melgel are no longer unique attack mods. Just a bad idea, in my opinion. Really stupid that they did that. Skadi should definitely be a unique attack mod. Mjolnir only triggers occasionally, so I don't see why it isn't a unique attack mod. Because it means it only occasionally stops you from lifestealing or whatever. I can understand Mjolnir more than Skadi though. Skadi is just a tad too strong, I think. Yes. Oh, wait. Something else to talk about. This is bad. Like, I don't mind the idea of that, like, you know, 395 movement speed, you know, it's rather simply laid out. But it's kind of just pushed to the side. And I can't see my strength, my agility, or my int, unless I go that. And then it comes up with all the details, which is nice, showing my strength, how much health that gives me, how much regen, what I get per level, you know, the armor and attack speed, agility, so on and so forth. I like that it shows you all those details, because it never used to really. I want to be able to see my like strength, agility, and easily. This isn't really easy to find. But I can understand why they've done it. I'm just not the biggest fan. I don't know what I'll do to change it. Because I get the idea they don't want to take too much of the screen up and all that. I'm just impartial to the way they've done it. I also forgot about, where is it? This, the backpack. I love the backpack. It's genuinely an amazing idea. Basically, the way it works is you can pop items in your backpack. When you pull them out, when you're not dead, it has like a 6-second cooldown. So you can't just pull an item out and immediately use it from backpack. It's 6 seconds before the stats and the abilities of it become usable. It will also allow you to build items from the backpack and put them in your inventory. So rather than having a courier carry around your recipe, the item, you pop it in the backpack. And you can still have the items that are useful in your inventory whilst carrying the recipe for the item that you're going to build. So if you're building, say, Skadi, and I had this inventory at the moment, I could have the Orb of Venom in my backpack whilst I had the 2 ultimate orbs in my inventory. But when I went to buy the point booster, it just finished it all off for me. Which is cool. I like that. It's a really good idea. Something else that I've forgotten to talk about somehow. I don't like the courier options being like far off in the corner either. That's just personal opinion. It's kind of far away as someone that uses courier rather than be here. I don't know what I'd put there, but yeah, again, I get they're trying to squish things down, so I'm not going to complain too much about that. But I'm not a huge fan. Yeah, again.
The cavalry has arrived.
I don't necessarily know how I would make it different, but
seriously,
I would make it different because I'm not. It's not how I like it. It's not the best, in my opinion. It's good. It's alright. It'll work. They're still ironing out a lot of the problems with it. I understand that. And it will take time for them to get it kind of down to the way they want it to be. At the moment, not the biggest fan of a lot of the changes they've made. UI wise anyway. And kind of like hero select screen for battles, it's ugly. You have, last I played Ability Draft, you had no sound during the ability select screen, which is just kind of disturbing. Ancient Camp's no longer being spell immune is kind of weird.
Attack.
Not a huge fan of it, really. They no longer feel nearly as threatening. This is a new ancient camp, by the way. Pretty good to possess the little dudes or something. He's got a good talent. Probably too good. Level 25. You can have reincarnate, cost no mana. Oh, didn't have reincarnate active. Cool. Yeah, like that's more or less all I can think of talking about at the moment. So, I mean, I'm sure people don't need to see how this game ends. It's just a bot game. So, goodbye for now, I guess. And I hope you enjoyed me kind of rambling, I guess, about Dota 2. I don't really know what I've said, I don't really know what I've been saying, but thank you for listening, and I hope you have enjoyed. And if you see this, please share your opinions on Dota 2 update and UIs, and shout at me if I've missed anything, because I probably have.